Hello and welcome back to Random Game Adventures. Today we are looking at Torchlight 2. This is a Diablo style game with many new games. This is my main character, New Game Plus Plus 97. We're going to create a new game and I'll show you exactly what it's about, and I might even show you then the New Game Plus Plus. As normal, I apologise for any noise in the back of the video. It's very warm here. You have 4 classes to choose from: the Embermage, who is your standard mage; Berserker, who's close combat; Engineer, who close combat but also can summon turrets; and your Outlander, who has pistols. My main is an Embermage. We're gonna make an Engineer, I think. Let's make a Berserker. You've got limited customization options, but really you're zoomed out from your character in a way that you only need such and a few stark things. There we go. All of them can be male or female. The character name, let's call this one Fire. For a pet, they've added more of these in, so we've got an alpaca, panther, cat, stag, a chahorki. That's what my main is, and then they've also got some new ones. Ferrets are new, head crabs new, owls new. No, owls not new. I think badger might be. Wolf and panda. We'll go with a head crab, and our head crab will be called Blob. You will see why. We're gonna go just for normal. Obviously, it's got a hardcore mode, like any game. Hardcore mode means you're dead. You're dead. We'll just do single player. There is an option for multiplayer or LAN for this game, but there's not many people online. At the beginning of every chapter, there are cutscenes like this. We're just going to skip past the cutscenes. They're animated quite nicely. They explain the story. Your little help sections show up on the right. This is the standard game world. You've got your pet, you've got your weapon attack, and your 2 skills that you can put here. You can change these around with tab and you can put any skill in there. If we open up the skill system, you can see we've got just 1 skill now. Obviously we gain skill points as we go along. You've got strength, dexterity, focus and vitality that you can level up, and also fame that will, as well as levels that will give you more stat. The fame gives you more skill points. You've got your pet who has an inventory, and you have an inventory, normal kind of thing. 2 rings, an amulet, a helmet, and regular armor and weapons. You can have 2 weapon sets, but I tend to not really use them on my Embermage. I don't know, they might be more useful on this character. Your pet can have some limited equipment, 2 tags and 1 collar, and you can just look at him. And you've got a normal inventory, you've got a spell inventory. Your pet can have spells as well, and you can send your pet off with the shopping list to actually buy stuff. Anything in its inventory, you can get it to just sell everything to the shop, so you don't interact combat. Your map you can have on your screen here, to the left, to the right, not at all, or back in the corner. And you got the standard kind of questing. Just talk to him. So this is right mouse button is my eviscerate. Here we go. So click to move, click to attack. Pick up a pistol. I don't think we can. Yeah, we don't have enough dexterity to equip that pistol. As you can see, I've got my mana bar on my right and on there. I'm just going to get my pet just to attack. I'm quite strong. Yeah, in single target damage, so. Yeah, you can set your pet to different things. Mine's just on guard the minute. So this is quite a useful system. So in if you're doing this in Diablo, it's a loot heavy game. That's a big part of the game, the loot. But the loot doesn't, like when you fill up your inventory, you've got to then work out how you're going to sell that. In Diablo, in Torchlight, you never have to interrupt. You just click send pet to town. Your pet will go to town for X amount of time. And after that, there we go, we've got some new, let's put my strength up. And that's skills. Can I get any others? Oh, I forgot. These are passives here and they relate to different things. So whenever you land a critical strike with a melee weapon, so that's only good if you've got a melee weapon. Some of them are to do if you have like a certain weapon normally. There we go, you can make them vulnerable. That increases duration of frenzy. We've got here, you channel Frigid's north wind to release a blast of icy breath which immobilizes enemies. So let's get this, and then you can click on it and drag it. Let's put it there. I believe it, yeah, it's tab to change them. So what we can do is we can right mouse button, freeze, tab, use my whack attack, freeze, tab, whack. Now when you get into a town, there'll be a number of different quests. You normally go into a zone and try to explore the whole of the zone as much as you can, doing all the different quests in the area. Going through and just defeating enemies. It's going to be a little while before we actually get into a dungeon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my main character with the New Game Plus and just show you a dungeon here. So I'll get back to you once we are in that. Okay, so here we are. This is a later part of the game. I won't talk to people to avoid spoilers. I am in a town here. We've got a alchemist who you can use to transform things into other things. You've got an enchanter who will do basic enchantments. You've got a blacksmith you can buy weapons from. You've got a gambler who you can buy unidentified items and guess to see what they are. You can, a merchant, she'll have some rare things which can be useful, sometimes are, sometimes are not. And then just a general goods merchant. Oh, I didn't mean to, wait, which one's... you can shift click on the items and it'll go straight into the bank. I think I'm just keeping these items because they could be useful. I'm going for double ones. Normally I'd also have a staff, but then halfway through the game I decided that wasn't really useful. As you can see, I've got many different skills, potions. I'm going with kind of more of an icy. If we look at my skills, you can see that I've got Icy Blast and Hailstorm's my next thing. Also, I've got nearly full the Ice Brand and Frozen Fate. I've got Wand Chaos, which whenever you attack with a wand, you've got a chance to do a rare effect. Whenever someone attacks me, I've got an 85% to cast Rip Warp, so they'll be teleported away. I've got Mastery on my charge bar, which is, these bars are unique for the different classes, the different things, so it's charge for this class, elemental achievement for all the elements, and blazing pillar because that's quite a nice spell. Well, I'll actually show you a dungeon through the New Game Plus system because it will show you both systems. So once you get to New Game, anytime you talk to a waypoint portal, you will have the map works unlocked. These map works will allow you, they have all the basic, these are, you can remove gems from an items or destroy an item and get the gem. So you can buy a map from this guy here. So let's go, and these are dungeons with special effects. So let's just, this is a normal dungeon, so let's just buy this. But you can go to all different ones and test yourself. You might get extra gold or less gold if you do an easy one. Normally dungeons are on that world map that we had on my other guy. You'd go to points on the world map and just enter in, and then it would load in like this. There'd be a certain one. Normally when you go up, you'd go to the outside world, and then you can just fight through. As you can see, I've got these bolts bounce, and also there's lots of them. So I can bring down a massive... Oh, and actually I'm dead there. Here's this good, I'm going to show you the death system. So you can resurrect internally as nothing. You can resurrect at the entrance, or you can resurrect where you are. I'm going to resurrect to the entrance, this area. Because I forgot to actually summon a load of stuff. So we're going to start off by summoning a fellow Embermage. We're going to summon some archers there. Get this out. And he's dead. As you can see, I gained fame because he was like an expert monster. So you're going to fight me? Yeah. Okay. At this point in the game, I actually need to put a few more points into vitality. As you can see, I'm getting... I get destroyed by some of the other monsters. Lots of the projectiles these guys throw you can see I can kill, which is quite an interesting feature. So in this dungeon, there'll be lots of like hidden things that you can find. Since this is a scroll dungeon, lots of these dungeons, the actual location, some of it's randomly generated, but the base stuff is the same. The map's locations, all I can see, are random, and quest people on the map seem to be random. From playing a few different new games and playing and looking at what other people have got, what locations they've got to. The one thing I will show you also is the charge mechanic. So whenever you attack someone, you will gain charge. As you can see, this is my bar here. When I get to maximum charge, I will be able to summon anything without a mana cost. There's also another thing that I'll show you. If I eat this, give my pet this food, it will change into a different pet and have a different effect. You can have ones that give you health and certain things. I'm gonna come and... oh, damn, it died. I have a Death's Blast thing that whenever something dies, it will give me health and mana. I'm dying pretty often here. If we look at my actual character, I've got very little. I've got everything on focus, which is very good for lots of magic damage, but actually I haven't got much vitality. So for double weapons, you've got execute, which is a chance for the weapon to both weapons to attack like that, and I've got that. That's at 58% at the minute. Your spells also do slightly more damage when they're at charge, I believe. Yeah, skill damage is increased by 25%, so you can basically spam all your damaging skills. They do obviously have cooldowns as well, so it's not too broken. I'll just show you the pet going back. So if let's give my pet these items and just collect. We don't want these. What if the pet goes in? My pet has to part. These are skills. I've got like adventuring. I've got those archers and dual wielding. So I do bonus damage or dual wielding. This is a special locked chest. The only way to get it is to kill these ghosts. You can screw yourself over, as you can see by assigning stats in the wrong place. And that's about it for the game. The game's quite good. The only way you would interrupt your flow is if you filled up your inventory and your pet's inventory and never sent it back to the shop, which I can't imagine why you would do that. At least not very often. So the game always flows quite well. The cutscenes are always the right length, so they don't make you want to just skip them and you can skip them straight away if you are interested, if you don't want to watch it. However, they're short enough that if you watch it, it won't affect you, like that it won't make you lose your flow too much. Other than that, there really isn't much more to add. The skill system is reasonably complex, even though there are only a limited number of skills. There aren't a massive amount, but there's still enough to make it interesting. Other than that, there isn't really much. The skills all have 3 tiers, so when you get to tier 3 they do the most. They gain extra bonuses to give you extra points in them. The passives don't have tiers. But that's about it. That is... There we go, my pets come back and give me gold. So that is going to be the end of Torchlight. The items do have visual effects. So if I take off my helmet, you can see I don't have a helmet on anymore. And you can see it here too. Oh, for some reason I've unequipped... Oh, because my helmet had the stats needed to wear my weapon. You've got lots of little socketed items, like one of them's like chance to summon the Skull of Death. I don't know if I actually have that one. Yeah, 1% chance to cast Call Forth the Skull when you get hit, which summons a really cool skull that is really strong. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I have been Blue Blob Zero, you have been watching Random Game Adventures on Torchlight 2, and I will see you next time. Bye.